What are you waiting for?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Marcus Aurelius 76. Once again playing Paraworld. I hate myself and I am a stupid butthead. Sorry, but you might notice that my voice does not match what you see on the screen in the upper right-hand corner. That's because my microphone was turned off for the entire match, and I didn't end up noticing it until I had already saved over the old file. So I'm just gonna narrate over the video instead of having my own voice. So that's going to be fun. This match ended up being about 30 minutes long. I ended up stopping after destroying the second outpost because I was very, very careful about how I did it, thanks to not having a temple yet, which will be rectified in the next video. Now, as we left off last time, I had just taken out the first base, and there's the second base there that I'm going to be going after, and I had to decide how I was going to go after it. Did I want to go through the front gate that was the closest to my own base, or did I want to go around the long way? Because all of the major attacks that have been coming against me came through the northern gate, which was further away. So yeah.
Yes.
Arms and ready.
As you will see in this video slightly later on, I actually did seriously consider going north, and I actually started moving my troops north. But then I got attacked from the east, which is the direction that the closer gate is in, and I ended up going that way instead. You don't really have a lot more to say other than that. I'm going to stop this for now and just to make sure that this actually records.
My spear is ready.
Alright, so that does work. That's very, very good. I'm pretty much just spending a good portion of this match adding extra defenses because normally the way a lot of these matches work is, a lot of the campaign missions in this game work is you have sort of a main objective that you end up stopping.
What are you up to? I have an idea.
Yeah, you have a main objective that you finish, and then you're suddenly attacked by a larger force that you have to deal with that just gets added in right at the end. Usually so that it will end on a cliffhanger. So I'm sending out my first attack group. I believe I only send that one out and just reinforce it when it gets damaged, which is how I usually end up playing the game. I usually don't split my troops up just because the extreme unit limits. So yeah, I'm going after that gate up there. I'm expecting reinforcements to go that way so I can just go after them right away. I don't believe... No, this is not the one that makes me decide to start going after the other gate. It definitely makes me decide to add more towers. I believe I add 2 more towers to this just to, you know, protect that causeway, because luckily the AI is limited so it can't build any long-range units, which is one of the things that I actually lament later on. So yeah, I start moving them northward. I believe I was saying something about those gates. I'm pretty sure I was. And pointing at more gates. I think this is me talking about the reinforcement thing I mentioned earlier, how it would be easier to counter that way. And taking a look at the rest of the area, including the main base that I'm going to be going after in a little while. And probably the temple. Yep, I did start moving my guys there. And this is the point where I was attacked from the other direction. If they were attacking me head-on, they would have gone through that little alcove in those cliffs to the upper left-hand side. You'll notice there's a bit of a break in those cliffs. If they were attacking me from up the base over there, they would have gone through that. And I just saw that and was like, oh shit, they're attacking me from the closer area. I guess I gotta go that way now. In terms of troops, I have... sorry. 3 ankylosaurs.
I have an idea.
with the whatchamacallums on them, the catapults, and I end up changing them to attack the main gate as rocks instead of eggs, because I guessed that the rocks would do a lot more damage to structures than the velociraptors would. But as you can see by me clicking on it in a short while, you will notice that they actually are very, very ineffective. I'm not sure if this has changed in Mirage, or if this is just an effect of the unit type, because they're the earliest siege unit you can get in the game. You can get them at Tier 2, at Epoch 2. So I end up changing them back to raptor eggs, because one, it'll act as a buffer between my troops and any enemy troops, and two, I'm pretty sure that the raptors actually do more damage over time. So you can see these guys go right through my troops. I don't know if the AI is just delayed in the campaign missions or what, but they just sort of skip right over my troops and start going for the rear, start trying to get past, and a very, very well-timed sniper shot from Bella takes the only Epoch 3 unit they have out, so I just leave the rest of them to the towers. Level 2 units can't handle the towers very well at all. So yeah, I continue the attack on the gate. I got a ton of velociraptors right there that are going to end up blowing through the gate, and once it gets taken down, and going after the little farm stand over there.
What do you want?
And that farm stand looks very familiar. That's a structure that a lot of the players build in multiplayer, because food is probably the most important resource that you're going to go through the fastest, because when you lose troops, you need to replace them as quickly as possible, and food is the most expensive thing. Plus, once you have a base built up, you don't really have a reason to build any more structures. Wood and stone can build up, unless you run out of stone. So we got a small group attacking from the north. Looks like his sniper ability again. I actually have a Twitch channel now, Marcus Araya. I had one that was Marcus Aurelius, but I don't have the email that's attached to anymore, and I forgot the password, so I can't use it anymore. But yes, I did a stream just the other day to test it out to make sure it worked, of me playing Paraworld on a 3 versus 3 match against the AI. They were all easy AIs to the defensive, because I wanted them to build fortresses. And the reason why I wanted them to build fortresses was because I saved those as replays, and I'm doing one for each environment with all of the different factions in it, so that there's this caster named Guile, G-Y-L-E, that does casts for multiplayer matches from Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever, which is an amazing RTS. If you get a chance, absolutely play it. And the opening that he has when he starts a cast is he has a field with a fortress or base or whatever you want to call it of
I'm in.
one of the factions on a particular setting, and it looks really nice. And he has a banner going across near the bottom of it that shows what the multiplayer match is going to be about, what map it's on, all that stuff. He has, occasionally I've seen him have symbols for each of the factions that gets involved in it, or maybe that was before he had the banner. And he usually has, you know, his name with this big cool flag, and you can see me getting up on the little, getting out of my chair to close the door because my dog was poking in and making noise. But yeah, I'm hoping I can end up building that for my channel, because I am starting to build up a bit of a repertoire of multiplayer matches that I'm going to be doing eventually. Not sure when, but I do hope to do them soon. Now it looks like Bella doesn't have his shot left because he's already used it on another one. So I'm finally gonna use Stina's sleep ability to cause that Rhino to pass out so that it, you know, can get very easily taken out.
You guys hungry?
Now we actually do have groups coming south here. I'm not sure if that's because
What should I spear?
because we are attacking them, if that's like, if it's set a response, or if they've just been attacking us from down there all along and I just never noticed it. And I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Relatively certain.
What do you need done? Ready
So yeah, and I built a warrior just to throw him in. Warriors are not good units for the Dust Riders, at least they're not supposed to be, because the Dust Riders tend to be more focused on the animals. You know, spearmen to take out animals, and animals to take out other animals and warriors. And yeah, the warrior definitely fits in with them because they are a warrior society, but they tend to be rather weak, just like how the archers for the
What should I spear? No distance too
the
great.
Norsemen tend to be somewhat weak,
Always
and
ready.
the
Can do.
warriors for the
I love this composite bow.
Dragon clan tend to be weak. Or at least that's how I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be.
I have an idea.
The Dragon Clan have all of the special units that are more secretive than the others. Better at hiding, better at ambushes than the other two. Whereas the Norsemen tend to be slower with higher armor and do slower but better attack damage, and the Dust Riders tend to be faster and have much less
should I
armor. You
spear?
can clearly see that by looking at them. But they're faster, have stronger attacks, and they can reposition their base anytime they want to. They can just, you know, disassemble them. So yeah, here's something that's very out of character. Having Stina hunt down the lone worker running away from
Yes,
his
please.
enemies.
Smart
Yeah,
choice.
he's running away and Stina's just chasing him down and having
Hurry.
her
Get 'em.
Smilodon just eat him. It's just kind of brutal for her, you know. What was she? Geologist? Oh, I think Bella was the... No. Bella was astrology. Stina, I forget. I think she was archaeologist. And, I don't know. I haven't seen the opening movie in a really long time, so I completely forget. So yeah, the front base has been taken out, and I am making much better use of the individual abilities of the three main characters, which is something I used to not do. I used to just stick to Bella because I
Okay.
always liked being
Yes,
ranged.
run.
Yes, please.
So yeah, I'm getting my group together and I'm going to move them into the base. I think my strategy
Smart
is just going to be
choice.
to throw them at it. Just, you know, launch them forward. And I should have taken out that tower as soon as I could. I wanted to just skip it over because it was off to the side and
Advance.
wasn't really a threat. But
Faster than the wind.
apparently you have to take it out in order to get anywhere in the game. So yeah, their
Sweet.
full army is now
Assignment?
responding to my incursion.
Especially for you.
I am waiting for enough groups to get together to have Cole use a shotgun, takes a decent amount of health out of all of them. Used Stina
have an
to
idea.
knock out the highest level unit they had, and Bella's ability I had already used on another one. Either way, all of those abilities put together was more than enough to basically cripple their army, plus all of these raptors going after them. Did a pretty solid amount of damage to their troops. Unfortunately, they are very, very, very bad at taking out buildings.
Lieutenant, cover my retreat.
Yes, sir! What are you waiting for?
Yeah, funny thing about that is that those guys, you know, they looked like they were about ready to
Yes,
fire
please?
into us, but they're actually pretty
Splendid
far
decision.
away. It looks like the cutscene just started right as the
Everything's under
portal
control.
came into view. So, I mean, it might have been an effect that I had one of the scouts with me. Don't know, but yeah, that was obviously a prime target. There was a mission specifically to take it out. And as you can see, I did upgrade all 3 of the heroes to tier 4.
I have an idea.
I did it just because I wanted them to be stronger than everything else, so that they, 1, they survived, and 2, because they would be the most effective at taking everything out, because I don't have the higher end units or the titans.
Always ready. Quiet.
So yeah, I just tell Bella, you know, use your sniper shot.
Come and get it!
Cole, use your shotgun, and Stina, just go there and do what you can, you know, be part of the group. And at the start, they're actually pretty effective, but if you look at Cole's health, it actually goes down scary fast
than
against
precise.
them. So I end up needing to move some other troops there to help him out.
Okay.
And I end up having actually a pretty solid number. Yeah, look, he's already down to half health. Now, luckily, I did have the forethought to bring the, what's his name with me. Yeah, the what's his name. The Archdruid. So that he could at least keep his health, you know, from dropping too quickly. And they were able to take the rest of them out, and that's the point where I started to realize, oh wow, we're not doing any damage to most of their buildings. And this is about the point where I find the blessing in disguise. If you look at Cole's units, his unit for the Dust Riders is the Rammer, who is specifically there for taking out buildings. So I end up having to purchase a couple of those guys just to, you know, get the match going.
Attack! My bow stands ready.
Alright, so we're
Always
making
ready.
pretty good headway. They don't have any
Especially
troops
I
left
wanna
except for the
fight.
one that are around Cole, but he does have his handy-dandy shotgun, which, you know,
Rock and
doesn't
roll!
kill the ones too close to him, but it does a decent amount of damage.
Ready, steady. Get ready.
And I end up having to send several other troops over there to give
What
them
are you
a
up
hand.
to? Resurrected.
Occasionally, but mostly Bella does the job fine.
Yeah.
Now this is the point where I realize, oh crap, something that can take out a building, so I decided to build one. I believe I actually end up building 3 or 4 more after that, and whatever buildings I can that look like they can take out, or whatever units that look like they can take out buildings.
Rammer reporting for duty. Yes.
I still have a ton of animals running through my base. I actually ended up... I was thinking about just taking them out so that I could use the skulls to upgrade my units, but it actually looks like that, No, it doesn't look like it. It is it. I actually have more than enough skulls just from fighting these 2 outposts to last me for the rest of the match. Wow. Yeah. Cole gets hurt easy, it looks like. Even though he is one of the best melee units in the game, it looks like he still actually does get a little hurt.
On our way! On our way!
I'm in.
So yeah, I moved
What are you
my
waiting for?
catapults in. I'm going to have them start
baby!
attacking
Next
the
assignment?
portal
Especially for you.
directly. And yes, this does cause a glitch in the game where the velociraptors spawn in the middle
Next job.
of the portal, in the floor of it. But I don't really care that much because they do end up leaving it, and helping Cole against these gunmen. And I also have the,
What needs to be killed?
you know, I have both of them attack the main structure, but I also have them turn around and start attacking the unit-producing structures, because what they do is they make it so that if a relatively high-level unit ends up being built, the high-level unit will be busy attacking the velociraptors rather than going out there and attacking my actual units. This is relatively useful, especially if you're going up against an opponent like the AI, who is really unattentive to his units. He just sends them to attack something and nothing else. Or if you're going up against a human opponent who doesn't pay attention to what's going on and just sees that their units are in combat, so ignore them, which is something that I do a lot. But yeah, I can distract units for a while, and that actually is a component in one of the multiplayer matches where somebody uses the Velociraptor eggs as a main defense for their base. It doesn't end up working out for them because they don't actually do anything else other than defend their turf and just let the other players get all the resources and do all the attacks that they want.
What do you need?
Which is a viable strategy in most RTSs and is relatively useful in this one, but it's really not the best idea to defend that way.
Quiet. Okay.
Because you need to have units sallying forth. So your archers and your towers and stuff are attacking the enemy, but you also have your own units in there. One, because the units gain experience, and two, because it wipes out your opponent faster. You know, you're attacking them on your home turf, so you have an advantage.
Amazon, advance!
Yeah, so this is the point where I started to realize, oh crap, these head rammers are actually doing a really good job. So I'm eventually gonna, I think relatively soon, I'm gonna end up going back to my base and getting more of them. Or I don't realize it for way too long. We'll see.
Next job. Yes.
But yes, catapult raptor, raptor catapults are actually a solid defensive strategy, because they act as sort of the sally forth unit that goes out and starts attacking the enemy that's just out of range of your base. The problem is, with them at least, is that a couple of spearmen could very easily handle all of those raptors, and a bit of microing, you know, selecting your units and telling them what specific targets to go after will be very effective.
Splendid decision.
At you know, just skirting around them. Like, you know, they do extra damage, but so does just having your units go out and attack. We'll be covering that later. I may have that come out this week, or I'm going to be scheduling this video to come out probably near the end of May, so I might have that video done before this one comes out. So if you're confused why I had a multiplayer match come out before I started thinking about doing a multiplayer match,
Smart choice.
this is why. Alright, so I'm having Bella run away from this guard because in a ranged match, Bella beats basically everyone. So,
Yes, please.
more
More than precise.
So, kind of unfair on his side.
Where's the target?
So the base is pretty much wiped out. I believe I am
Next
going
assignment?
to let this run for the rest of it because I have several
What
other
do you want?
towers to take out
For the
that are just
tribe.
sort of off to the side.
All done ready.
So yes, next video is going to open up with me going after the temple. That is the healer building for the Dust Riders.
Preparing to ram.
I really badly want it. I do not like the Dust Rider Shaman because in the vanilla Paraworld, the way he works is you select him and you can select the souls of dead units and resurrect them, Whereas with the other one, you just put him near them
Next
and he
assignment?
automatically starts healing
Splendid
them.
decision.
I prefer that method because I am really bad at micromanagement. So yeah, that's the point where I read the
find the way.
instructions and realized, oh crap, it says all
are you
structures
up
other
to?
than walls and gates and towers
Quiet.
are not walls, so I gotta go after them. But yeah, I'm
Swiftly.
not a huge fan. I tend to prefer the more defensive races. The Norsemen are probably my favorite race. If not, then probably the Dragon Clan. I haven't played, even though I have the mod, I have not played Seas nearly enough to actually do it. So yeah, with this, I'm going around and looking at the borders of the final base to find out if there's any other route to get up there. If there isn't, which makes it a lot easier for me to defend myself by just building one wall that just sort of covers that area. With that,
do you want?
I have my own little fortress. And I, of course, add towers behind the walls because if you have them on the walls itself, melee units can attack them. If you have it like
I
that,
have
then you
an
need
idea.
one of the
Good
long-range
idea.
melee units like the Lancer to actually attack it, and warriors can't hit it.
A
So if you have an
direct hit.
opponent with warriors, they can only attack your walls. They can't attack your towers. And this is the point where I think I'm going to leave you guys, because basically all I do is walk around and start attacking these things. There's really nothing interesting that goes on here. So, again, next video, we're going to be going after the temple and after the main base. And we're going to see if there's any nice little goodies that David Layton left for us. Yeah, I was checking time there. So,
Yes,
I
please.
will see you all next time. See you later.
Head first through the wall.
Ready, steady. Next assignment? If we take A as a variable for success,